Iran launched deadly strikes on Kuwait Wednesday, targeting U.S. bases as part of what it described as self-defense strikes. Iran also hit Kuwait's international airport, killing at least one person and injuring dozens of others. Despite these attacks, President Trump said today that peace talks are ongoing and that Iranian Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei is directly involved in those talks. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins me now from the North Lawn. Ed, catch us up on where things stand.
Well, the president not ruling out the possibility of extensive military action again should the talks fail, and continuing to say that he'd like to see resolution, but that military action could conceivably end this once and for all if it gets there. He was asked again as well about the concerns that this is causing such economic pain, and he continued to say that focusing on eliminating Iran's ability to develop a nuclear weapon is issue number one for him, and that the short-term economic pain is still worth it. So, again, while there were volleys lobbed at Kuwait today by Iran, and while the specter of military conflict remains, there doesn't appear, at least so far, to have been any real significant diplomatic progress in the last day or two or so. Maybe.
And Ed, it's very interesting what the president said, because if we were to put up a sort of split screen today with the president and his Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, Marco Rubio, he was on the Hill telling a House committee that Operation Epic Fury is over, that the war is effectively over, and the priorities or goals of that military campaign have been achieved, and we're in a sort of different space, which brought some very deep skepticism from many House Democrats.
He did, and it's repeating what he had told senators on Tuesday. And part of the reason why the administration is saying this now in congressional testimony, after suggesting it in writing to Congress a few weeks ago, is because they don't want any kind of debate over the legality of the war and whether Congress needs to authorize it to begin. Their argument is, because we're in this ceasefire and those hostilities, the active hostilities have ended, there's no need for you to run out the clock, 60 days or so, to begin debating whether or not you should authorize this war. They don't want that, A, because they're going to lose Republican votes on it if they do, and B, it's going to put many Republicans in uncomfortable positions, having to vote for or against a war that right now, with the American public at least, with the midterm elections approaching, is still deeply unpopular.
Ed O'Keefe, North Lawn of the White House. Thank you very much, sir.